When a woman disappears at the exact moment a man expects her to stay, something unusual happens inside him. It's not confusion. It's not frustration. It's obsession. And this is the part he'll never admit out loud. Because the truth is, a woman's silence hits a man deeper than her words ever could. Today, you're about to understand the psychology behind why disappearing makes him obsessed. The real vanishing effect men Dante want you to know. And if you pay attention until the end, you'll see exactly how your absence becomes the loudest presence in his mind. Men are not obsessed with women who are always available. They are obsessed with women who become a mystery without trying. Women who break patterns without warning. Women who create emotional gaps that he rushes to fill. When he feels you pull your energy back, he feels his control slip, and that triggers something primal inside him that no amount of flirting, texting, or effort on your part ever could. Because when your presence becomes normal, your disappearance becomes unforgettable. And why disappearing makes him obsessed, the vanishing effect, is the exact psychological shift that explains this. He starts replaying everything. Every conversation, every moment, every detail. Not because you pressured him, but because your silence forces him into confrontation with himself. Men chase clarity, but they fall in love with uncertainty. And when you disappear, you become the one thing he can't decode. You become the unfinished story and the unanswered question. The one puzzle he keeps returning to because it bothers him that he can figure you out. You see, many women try to impress, prove, convince, or explain. But the woman who disappears doesn't do any of that. And that's precisely why she becomes unforgettable. She triggers the male brain's reward system, where unpredictability becomes addictive. He can't predict your energy anymore. He can't assume your time. He can't expect your attention. And that tiny sense of loss becomes an internal alarm he can't turn off. This is where the vanishing effect begins. Not by playing games, not by pretending, not by manipulation, but simply by shifting your focus back onto yourself, by not making him the center of your emotional world. He starts to wonder where your attention went. He starts to notice the absence of your energy, your softness, your presence. And what men fear most isn't losing you, it's losing access to you. Silence is power because it becomes a mirror, and he's forced to face the reflection. The moment he feels you detach, he starts imagining you moving on. He starts imagining another man getting what he took for granted. He starts imagining losing the version of you that made his life feel lighter, warmer, calmer. And the psychology is simple. Scarcity increases value. The less he gets from you, the more he wants from you. The more you pull back, the more he steps forward. It's instinctive, not logical. Because the woman who disappears becomes the woman he can't stop thinking about. What made her detach? Did he do something wrong? Was she losing interest? Is she done with him? Is she talking to someone else? He starts creating stories in his mind, and those stories become emotional triggers. Your silence becomes a storm in his mind, and suddenly, he's chasing the calm he once found in you. This is why disappearing makes him obsessed, because it breaks the rhythm he depended on. It resets the emotional dynamic. It makes him feel the loss in advance. The truth is, men don't fall for the woman who stays, no matter what. They fall for the woman who is willing to walk away when her energy is not valued. That is where real attraction begins, not in your availability, but in your boundaries. When you disappear, you show him the version of you that doesn't need validation, doesn't need reassurance, doesn't need permission to put herself first. And that version of you is magnetic. Why disappearing makes him obsessed? The vanishing effect is not about punishing him, ignoring him, or manipulating him. It's about reclaiming your emotional power and letting him meet you at the level of effort you deserved. The more you pull your energy back from places where it isn't appreciated, the more it becomes appreciated when you give it again. That's the psychological paradox men never see coming. When you step away emotionally, he starts to romanticize who you are. He remembers your soft tone, your warmth, your presence. He remembers the small things he overlooked. He starts valuing everything that felt normal before. Your absence turns your worth into something he can't ignore. And the moment he feels that shift, the chase activates. He checks your social media. He wonders why you're not texting. He waits for your message. He replays your last conversation. He considers messaging first. And that's when he realizes you were never the one who needed him. He was the one who was emotionally dependent on your presence without even knowing it. You didn't chase. You didn't explain. You didn't beg. You simply shifted your energy inward. And that quiet withdrawal becomes the loudest message of all. Your disappearance forces him to confront his fear of losing you. It exposes his emotional weaknesses. It makes him rethink his behavior. It makes him question his assumptions. And most importantly, it makes him see your value without you having to prove anything. That's why high-value women, argue for respect. They remove themselves from anything that threatens it. They don't chase closure. They create it within themselves. They don't run after emotional validation. They become their own validation. And once a man sees that, he becomes obsessed not just with your presence, but with your strength. He chases not just a woman, but the energy. This is the vanishing effect. It's psychological. It's emotional. It's subconscious. And it works because it forces him to re-earn what he thought he already had. When you disappear, he realizes something powerful. He never had you. He only had access to you. And access can be taken away. So if you're watching this and wondering whether you should pull back, remember this. Your energy is precious. Your presence is valuable. Your attention is a privilege, not a guarantee. When he feels that, truly feels it, that's when the obsession begins. Not because you forced it, but because you honored yourself. Silence is not the absence of power, it is power. And the woman who knows when to step back is the woman who becomes unforgettable. If you found this powerful, make sure you visit the channel for tomorrow's new video. And don't forget to like, comment, and share. Your support helps this content reach more women who need it. For the next powerful video, visit the channel tomorrow. And don't forget to like, comment, and share to boost the message.